Hey everyone, honest Hughie here, and as you can see, I'm currently laid in bed at the moment, because just to put it bluntly, it's about quarter to 11 o'clock at night, and I can't bother setting up my bloody stand. And I'm laid in bed, and I just thought to myself, just watch that Enchanto, that's on Disney Plus, and what an amazing movie it was. And I just thought I'd do a review about it, really, considering I haven't really done a review in a while. I've done a few bits and bobs here and there, but not a proper review like this. And I haven't done one laid in bed before. But it's first time for everything, and I figured why not just crack on and do a review about it, you know. And that's what I'm gonna do now. And I'm gonna pretty much start with the movie is bloody stunning. I like the design of it straight away. It's absolutely beautiful. Um, the house is amazing. Like I never thought, apart from that Monster House and a few other movies where the houses are alive. Adam's Family is one, isn't it? Where the house moves. Or am I thinking of the hand? No, the house does make noises, doesn't it? It reminds me a bit of that, but like a lighter, lot more colourful, light-hearted version. But I will give you a heads up. It's a tearjerker. As per with every Disney movie, it made me cry. Made me and Shelley tear up big time. The meaning behind it is absolutely amazing. And really, the main reason I'm reviewing this movie is because I've been looking on YouTube and I've typed in, like a review for it, and there's no reviews. There's a review. There's the Let Me Explain guy, but then there's this other guy who reviewed it, and he was saying something like, "Oh, I'll say it. It's not a spoiler, but there's no villain in it. It's more of dealing with family issues and drama. It's a bit more, as much as it is for kids, this is more of an adult movie, because this links more with more of a teenager, more, when you argue with your sibling. I mean, you could say it's kids as well, but more like when you argue with your siblings and your family, and this is all about sort of pulling together and working as a team in a way. Best way to describe it, and it's absolutely knowing that going in, absolutely amazing. The animation is beautiful. Their hair looks so good, like Brave. Her hair was beautiful and Brave, but watching this movie and how her hair is now, oh my god, the hair is just so good. And there's animals in it, and obviously the animals are absolutely adorable and have characters to them. And each animal has its own little trait. Like they're not in it much, but they are in it. If that makes sense, you'll know when you watch it. I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm not going to spoil why they're in it, but I will say that each person in the movie, to sort of simplify it, have their own powers, but it's granted by there's a candle. There's like a magic candle. Now it sounds daft when you explain it on paper. In the intro, roll with it because there's an intro where there's an old lady and she's explaining it to a kid, which is the main character you follow. And I was a bit sort of like, why is she literally sat there talking about it? And I get it, it's with Disney movies, they do this a lot. But this was very spoon fed to start with. I didn't mind, but I just felt a bit like, oof, you didn't really have to, I kind of, if she just woke up, started dancing and singing, showed the candle, like it says it throughout the movie anyway. But that's my only nitpick. And that is a nitpick. That is like something that I get why it's there. It's there with a lot of movies lately. Um, Ghostbusters is a fine example of that type of movie where they've had to sort of Ghostbusters felt slow to start with. The new Ghostbusters movie. That's why I didn't really review it because I really enjoyed it, but it felt off, and I know why. It's because they have to explain the story again to people who haven't seen it. That's kind of what's gone on here. As much as it's a new movie, they feel the need to sort of explain the magic side of things for the kids who are quite new to this sort of era. Whereas we can kind of figure out when it's Disney, it's a Disney movie. It's it's there. It's it's that type of thing. It's a candle. Uh, ever since you've seen Beauty and the Beast. The little candle guy. You know, it's a magic candle. You don't get up and walk. But it doesn't walk or anything like that. But the house actually has a lot of character to it. And a lot of development, really. Considering, like, you know, you actually care about the house. And there's a guy in it, and they don't say his name. Bruno. I remember Bruno. And they say, you know, you can't say his name and stuff like that. You know, he's banished. In other words, he brings them bad luck. And he isn't. He's the closest thing you'll have to a villain. Slash, he's not. To be honest with you, I'm going to be totally honest and just say there is no villains in the movie. Everyone in the movie has the reasons why they act how they act, and it all comes together nicely at the end. It doesn't feel forced. It feels natural and it feels lovely, really. And it's a really heartwarming Disney movie. And I've got to say, uh, you know, 4.5 stars. If I was to give it stars, the reason I take a half star off is because of the intro. But that's just me. I don't like things being sort of, yeah, like I said, spoon fed to you. I like to sort of figure out as you go along. I do like an idea. Like, if a movie's done right, you don't have to have an old lady sat down with a kid explaining. But I get it because it's a Disney movie. And I understand that obviously kids are going to watch it and not going to quite get, especially modern day kids, aren't going to get that Disney magic vibe that Disney go for. So I get why right now I feel like in quite a few of the Disney movies, they have that scene where someone sits down and sort of explains it. And you could argue they've always had it. But I already knew, you know, me and Shelly already had an idea. Because even I said to Shelly, we already know, we already know what's happening. You know, we didn't even watch a trailer. You can just tell by how it opens. It's pretty much like Coco, but a lot lighter on the theme. Obviously, Coco's more about death and, you know, with the relatives, whereas this is more about the relatives being alive and now. This is like a prequel to Coco in a way. None of them die. I'll say that. It's not spoiling me saying this. Uh, yeah, none of them die. It's a nice movie to watch, to be honest with you. It's good just to put on and enjoy. And like I say, I really enjoyed it, to be honest with you. And there's a certain toucan in it, and there's a certain scene where she has to climb this tower, and there's a kid in the movie, and I've got to mention the kid. There's a certain kid. I apologise, I've gone blank on the characters' names, but it's all good. You'll know what about when you watch the movie, and he's absolutely adorable, and he's class. Like the development with him and the main character in the movie, is just unreal. Like straight away you're tearing up. Like the first half hour, 20 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, I think. You're tearing up already because of how close them two are and how it shows. I mentioned about the doors. There's doors in the house, and each person gets a power. And it reminds me. My apologies there. I've got a hold of my camera in my hand. My hand just went right in the way and mugged me off. It reminds me of Monsters Inc. Now I'll say with Monsters Inc. There's no monsters in the movie, but it reminds me with the door sort of trope, and you'll know what I mean when you watch it. There's doors that open up and lead into different worlds, like lead not into different worlds but into different powers. Best way to describe it, it's realms they control. So one's flowers, one's weather, one's human, one's shapeshifter, and so far and so far. You find the rest out, and obviously you'll know, you'll have a good feeling. But anyway, this kid goes through, gets his door, and this movie is about the main character finding out why she didn't get the power. Like I thought it was going to be what her power was, but it's not like that at all. It's why she doesn't have a power, and yeah, it has some turns, and like I say, it's really good, and the ending doesn't feel forced, pieces it together quite nicely, and for a Disney movie, again, it's absolutely lovely. So yeah, if you just want to give it a watch it on Disney. It's even out to cinemas. If you want to watch it at cinemas, go to cinemas, watch it in the movies, and it's definitely worth it. There's no after credits or anything, so you don't have to sit around and wait. And yeah, so I'd say, like I say, I'm just a bit disappointed that not many people are reviewing it. and it's not getting much in my eyes. It's not getting much publicity either. There's a lot of movies out that aren't getting that much publicity lately, and I get it with Corona and stuff, but come on, push them out a little bit. So yeah, give it a watch, enjoy, and if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe. Next video, I promise I won't be as lazy. Right, Honest Stewie signing out. Like say, go and watch. It's called Enchanto. It's unreal, love it. Right, and also before I go, there's a movie on an Amazon original called The Wrath of Man with Jason Statham in. Highly recommend it. Roll with it. Like, roll with it. It's a bit jumble, but the ending is worth it. So, yeah, recommend that as well. Enjoy. Honest Stewie signing out, yo. I'm going to go and get some sleep now. Right? Night, night. See you later. Bye.